From Las Vegas, Fox 5 News at 10 starts now.
Round 2 of a winter blast socking the valley. We're live with team coverage.
Hundreds of flights have been canceled at McCarran, leaving passengers scrambling. We'll take you there live for the latest.
We're looking at 3 inches of snow live right now out the back door in Green Valley. And that 3 inches, that's nothing compared to some of the other totals coming in for other parts of the valley. I've got those numbers plus the forecast coming right up.
Today's snowfall has the potential to be record-breaking. Hello, I'm Shelley Bruner.
And I'm John Huck. This was the scene earlier today at the Strip. Tourists were taking pictures at the sign. They got a snowy surprise. We have team coverage of today's mammoth storm. Fox 5's Stefanie J is live at McCarran, where flights were halted. Bob Deninnis is live at Summerlin, where the snow was coming down all night. But first, we begin with Darren with the latest on the forecast. Darren.
John, it looks amazing out there right now in the valley, just about anywhere you go. But in particular, it is here tonight in Henderson and in Green Valley where it looks more impressive than anywhere else. This part of the valley actually wins the snowfall total for today. Let me show you what the snowfall totals look like across the valley. Let's go to Weather 24/7. I'll show you the numbers. Look at the 8-inch totals for Henderson. Those numbers are coming in from locations at around College Drive in the 95, 8 inches of snow. Then we go up towards Anthem, 8 inches of snow. Out here in Green Valley, where we are in that shot we were just showing you, that was about 3 inches. Those numbers win. It's not a competition. But those numbers are the most impressive if we take a look across the rest of the valley. In an odd twist, Summerlin, you barely got about 2 inches of snow today, and most of that actually melted when it started to rain on you guys. We never got rain out here in Henderson. You did in Summerlin. I'll explain what that was all about when I have time in the complete forecast. In the meantime, we're not done with this tonight. There is still a winter storm warning for the Las Vegas Valley, guys. It stays in effect until 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. I'll tell you what that's all about, and I'll tell you what the next 7 days looks like. That's all coming up in the complete forecast. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Very good, Darren. Thank you. Thousands of passengers at McCarran have been left stranded after flights leaving the airport were canceled. Fox 5's Stefanie J continues our team coverage of Winter Storm 08 with the very latest from McCarran. Stefanie?
Shelley, it has been an absolutely crazy night here at McCarran. Hundreds of people searching for their bags, sleeping on the floors, and that's because almost every single flight on that departure board has been canceled for tonight. McCarran officials tell us that's because of those low-lying clouds and that poor visibility. Stranded travelers really trying to book hotel rooms tonight. Hundreds still trying to look for their bags. Now, the airport is open tonight. There's just very few flights coming in and going out. Staff is staying late. They're keeping those food venues and those gift shops open for those stranded travelers. The runways and the taxiways are open. Now, the runways are open again, but it's up to the pilot's discretion if they want to fly in this weather. But a lot of travelers' biggest, most main problem is just getting their bags.
Because there's 16 baggage carousels down here. All of the canceled flights went to one carousel. So you had people on top of each other. There was 500 people down there trying to sort through bags, and ours finally came out after 2.5 hours of waiting.
Now, there are 1 or 2 flights going out. Last time we checked, that was Delta, Alaska, and U.S. Airways. FAA issued a ground stop earlier today. A lot of those incoming flights en route to McCarran were diverted. But tonight, we are told that there is a flight or 2 scheduled to come in within moments. Now, again, a lot of this low clouds and poor visibility are causing a lot of these cancellations. If you do have plans to fly out within the next couple of hours or tomorrow morning, make sure to call the airline directly. Airport officials say it's pretty crazy with people trying to get their luggage right now. Call the airlines directly to get the latest updates on your flight. Reporting live from McCarran, Stefanie J, Fox 5 News at 10, local, Las Vegas.
What a frustrating day for travelers. Stefanie, thanks for letting us know. And you can check the status of your flight by going to the links section of fox5vegas.com.
Well, unlike snowfalls of the past few years, this was not limited to Summerlin. There was plenty of snow to go around. Everyone got a taste of this one. Fox 5's Bob Deninnis continues our Winter Storm 08 coverage from Summerlin tonight. Bob, what's happening out there now?
John, it's cold. It's just started raining again. It might be snow. I can't really tell. Let's come down this way. Here's what's left of what fell earlier today. It's pretty much just slush at this point. But earlier, there was a lot of snow on the ground and people had a whole lot of fun.
Can you believe it? Snow in Summerlin, the second time in a few days. Folks from throughout the Las Vegas Valley enjoying the winter wonderland of sorts.
My hands are frozen.
Oh, I think it's great. Twice in 1 week, we've made a record.
No, we've made history. So after school let out, Angela Cox took the kids over to Oxford Park, where the best hills and heaviest snow sits for a little sledding.
I've never seen it this much. It's never snowed this much in like a whole week.
And everyone really had a good time. Look at all the snow that's on the ground. You can form up a lot of snowballs, and some kids took advantage of that here at Oxford Park in Summerlin down there. They're having a bit of a snowball fight. But check this out. One kid is in his shorts and t-shirt. Not everybody used common sense.
Even though the snow only falls once in a blue moon in Vegas, you gotta be ready, like this little guy.
You kind of look like the little guy from the Christmas story, all bundled up. Is it that cold out here?
What Kathleen Corvallis was gazing at all day at work? The flurries. Being from Hawaii, this was her first experience with snow.
I never understood what sticking meant, and so now I watched this. I'm on my lunch hour, and I watched it go from green to white. Can you eat it? If you catch it,
in your tongue.
If you catch it, you
don't
can
need
eat
any yellow stuff.
Remember, it's all a learning experience, especially on the roads as night fell. The snow turned into sleet, slush on the ground, the roads slick, so be careful. It could be an icy morning commute.
Now, just to clarify, when we got out here, it started drizzling. This is definitely snow that's falling from the sky. So once again, it is snowing again in Summerlin. One thing people can't get used to, one thing one mother told me her son just can't get used to right now, is shoveling all of this. I'm Bob Deninnis for Fox 5 News at 10, local, Las Vegas.
Well, that's part of the deal. You get the snow, you got to shovel it too for your parents. Bob, thank you.
On Monday, only the northwest part of town was blanketed with snow, but today, Henderson got more than its fair share. That area received 2 to 4 inches of snow. Driving their anthem was a little tricky, but you'd better believe those kids were having a ball playing.
Well, it's something you don't see very often in Vegas, and I've been here 44 years, and I haven't seen it this thick and this heavy in all the time I've been here, so I thought I'd bring the kids out here to see it.
Darren can tell us more about this, but tonight's temperatures will be in the low 30s. Tomorrow's forecast calls for scattered snow showers in the morning, mixing with rain by the afternoon.
Well, Valley roads are a mess tonight thanks to the snow and the visibility. Karen Fidel with Metro Traffic has the latest info for us. Karen, any roads closed tonight?
Oh, there's plenty of roads closed tonight. I'll tell you about those. We're taking a look at the Spaghetti Bowl here. Looks pretty good now. It didn't earlier, but it does now. As far as road closures go, I-15 at Cajon Pass is closed, which has caused NHP to close down I-15 southbound at Prim. Also, US 95 closed just north of Searchlight. 95 in both directions at Railroad Pass has been reopened. It was closed earlier, but is only open to Boulder City residents only. Also, Kyle Canyon is closed, and Blue Diamond in both directions at Mountain Springs. You will need chains or snow tires to get through that. Speaking about accidents on the freeways, we have an accident 95 northbound at Railroad Pass. 215 has 2 crashes on the eastbound on the Southern Beltway, one at the airport connector and another injury crash at Las Vegas Boulevard. I've also got a fender bender DI in Jones, an injury crash Eastern Avenue at Karen, also one more fender bender Flamingo Road at Pecos. And as far as solutions go, my solution is stay home. I'm Karen Fidel with Fox 5 Traffic Solutions.
Karen, very good advice. Yes. Thank you, Karen. Getting home from work today was not easy for many drivers, depending on what roads they took. This was the scene around 4 o'clock near the 215 in Decatur. Very difficult for drivers to even see where they were going. It was bumper to bumper on the I-15. We shot this video near Bonneville. Traffic was backed up in both directions. We'll have more on details on the traffic throughout this show for you. Meantime, today's winter storm is providing Clark County students with an extra day off. The school district announced tonight that students and teachers do not have to report to school tomorrow. Administrators, 12-month employees, and office staff do need to be there, though. Several other schools are closed tomorrow as well. To see which ones, just log on to our website, fox5vegas.com.
Well, today's weather can be especially hard on people forced to live on the streets. Crews spent the day handing out flyers, encouraging the homeless to seek shelter at warming stations throughout the valley. Fox 5's Quinn Chung reports.
Hello. Help Us Southern Nevada Mobile Crisis Intervention Team.
Lewis Lacey is hitting the streets to get the needy off the streets, handing out flyers, hoping the homeless will get the message.
We're trying to make sure that everybody knows where the warming stations are.
5 locations are set up for the homeless to hide out from the cold. It's something organizers do whenever inclement weather is in town.
Like this week when we actually had rain and snow, we know it's dangerous for folks to be out there. It exposes them to things that will make them ill. They're already in precarious situations as it is.
Organizers say they're taking proactive measures to prevent the worst case scenarios.
We don't want anyone to get sicker. We know that when our homeless and indigent become ill, they do access already overburdened systems like UMC, and we want to alleviate that.
Local shelters like the Salvation Army operate at full capacity during the cold months, but organizers say their services are vital throughout the year.
We try to provide actually year-round shelter, because you go from cold weather shelter then to hot weather, and it's just as dangerous to be out in the heat as it is in the cold.
Have you tried to get into any of the shelters at all? I mean, that may not be something you normally do.
Organizers say many are hesitant and refuse to seek shelter, but it's their job to change that.
Folks that are out there are extremely sick and extremely addicted, and maybe aren't making great choices about what they're doing. So we want to offer them some options.
Quinn Chung, Fox 5 News at 10, local, Las Vegas.
And the warming stations will be available until Friday. For a complete list of the warming stations, log on to our website, fox5vegas.com.
Okay, we know you couldn't resist stepping outside today, snapping a few pictures of the snow. If you got some good shots, please send them our way. Just go to the slideshow section of fox5vegas.com. We would love to see them, and we'll try to get those on the air. Even though it is pretty, the snow can be dangerous, especially if you're not used to driving in it.
Yeah, straight ahead, a live update on the road conditions. We'll talk to NDOT about closures, detours, and the plows supposedly cutting a path through these snowy streets.
What we had today was the first wave of this storm. The actual center of it, or the second wave, is still coming for us. That's going to get here overnight and into tomorrow. So I'm going to tell you what that means for your drive to work tomorrow morning. Forecast is coming up next.
You're watching Fox 5 News at 10. Local Las Vegas.
So who knew a funeral director could be the life of the party?
Tomorrow, starting at 5, from a photographer to a pediatrician, will tell you who you need on that holiday guest list.
Then on Fox 5 News, live in Las Vegas, the house bunny herself, Anna Ferris, joins us live.
Yeah, she's talking in Playboy and what she's up to now. Join us from 5 to 9 on Fox 5.
Fox 5 has more local Las Vegas. Weekday mornings at 9.
Come to Kmart this holiday and get in the know.
Kmart saves Christmas with no payments, no interest until June 2009. That means buy today, 6 months to pay. Only this month and only at Kmart.
They're smart, and there's Kmart smart.
I haven't even started my holiday shopping yet. To be honest with you, I wouldn't know a good gift if it were standing right next to me.
How about now?
Oh.
Use your Circuit City card and pay no interest for 24 months store-wide on total purchases $9.99 and up. Save $450 on this 40-inch Sony 1080p LCD, just $949.99. Plus, all cameras are on sale now. Save $40 on this 9-megapixel Kodak, only $79.99. Circuit City will hook you up with gifts to love.
Wishing everyone a happy holiday season. The Forum shops at Caesars, the shopping wonder of the world.
Happy holidays from everyone here at Fox 5. You're watching Fox 5 News at 10 with Shelley Bruner, John Huck. Fox 5 weather 24/7 with Chief Meteorologist Darren Peck and sports with Kevin Bollinger. This is Fox 5 News at 10, local Las Vegas.
It is a busy night, to say the least, for the Nevada Department of Transportation.
Yeah, crews are working around the clock now to clear those roads and keep us posted on the closures and the detours. NDOT Public Information Officer Bob McKenzie is good enough to join us now. Bob, at 5 p.m. you told us there would be about 12 to 14 snowplows working the Vegas Valley. Tell us about the progress there.
Oh, they're still there. We've got quite a few working up on the mountain right now, up in Mount Charleston, as well as over on Mountain Springs and on US 95 south of Railroad Pass. So they're really quite busy tonight. We ask people, if at all possible, to avoid going out on the roads unless you absolutely have to.
And Bob, the other big concern, of course, overpasses and bridges. What are you doing to make sure that those areas don't ice up overnight?
Well, again, we're going to be sanding throughout the evening, especially on the bridges, as well as the viaducts that we have, where you have winds going across, and in the freezing temperatures, they tend to freeze quicker. So they'll be paid special attention throughout the evening. And again, hopefully with morning rush hour, we'll be able to have as smooth a rush hour as possible with the weather conditions.
Bob, are there any areas of the valley that people should go out of their way to avoid, especially for the morning commute?
Well, for the morning commute, I-15 and US 95 throughout the city should be doing pretty well because of the volumes and capacity of automobiles. What we do ask people to do tomorrow is to avoid the Mount Charleston area. That basically for residents and people that have to go up there for official business. That way we can spend the day plowing and getting it cleared so that on Friday they can go up and play in the snow and have a good place to park. But if they can avoid going up to Mount Charleston to play in the snow tomorrow, that would really be a very big help.
What about that road, Route 160 to Pahrump? It was closed in both directions, still closed tonight, and is there a detour for tomorrow?
And again, our crews are working on State Route 160. If the roads are very bad in the morning, what we would suggest is that the people in Pahrump use the detour going north on 160 to 95 through Indian Springs and come to Las Vegas on US 95.
All right, NDOT PIO Bob McKenzie joining us tonight. Bob, thanks for the update.
You're welcome.
Now, Fox 5 weather 24/7 with Chief Meteorologist Darren Peck.
Starting to snow again out here in Green Valley, and this is a live shot of some of the snow mixed with some light rain coming down in front of the light that we've got out here. The pattern with this storm has changed, and what we're going to see now is on again, off again, light showers like this. Some of it will be a rain-snow mix. What we are not going to see anymore from this storm is that 4 to 5 hour prolonged event where it just snows nonstop. That phase of this storm is over. But boy, wasn't that impressive when it came through today. Let me show you what it looks like out there right now. Fox 5 Weather 24/7 Doppler shows us a few light, isolated, scattered showers right now. In fact, that one here in Henderson and Green Valley that we were just seeing falling in front of the light doesn't even show up. Slightly heavier up here in the north side of town. Interestingly enough, the cold air, for the most part, earlier today, all kind of got pooled down here in the southeast side of town. It was almost like there was a northerly flow of air, like a breeze coming in, that took that cold air and put it in Henderson and took all the cool air from Summerlin and allowed it to kind of escape out that opening down the 15. That's why it turned over to rain in Summerlin this afternoon. Meanwhile, here in Henderson, it just seemed like it was never going to stop snowing. That's why we were able to accumulate up to 8 inches out here. A very impressive day for snowfall, but with that 8 inches in Henderson, it's not the number that goes in the official book for Las Vegas on this day. That is kept out at the National Weather Service office down around 215 and Highway 160. Here are the records. The most snow we've ever gotten in Las Vegas in a 24-hour period. That happened in 1974. We got 9 inches. You remember the storm back in 2006? That was the last big one everybody remembers. Summerlin, you got a lot out of that. Officially, we only got a trace at the airport for that. So as impressive as that day was, it barely goes in the books. Here's where we are so far today, out at the official snow recording station at the National Weather Service office. It's an unofficial number so far. They're going to bring out the official number tomorrow when the day's over. But right now, we're only at 3 inches out there. What a shame we couldn't have had the official recording station out in Henderson today. Here's a look at the storm right now. It is starting to break up, so we're not seeing that broad-brushed blanket of rain and snow. You can see what I'm talking about here now. It will be hit and miss light scattered showers, and that is going to be the rule tomorrow. So don't expect the drive to work tomorrow to be anywhere near as bad as the drive home was tonight. However, we're still under a winter storm warning until 6 a.m. The National Weather Service has put this out, and they think it still looks impressive enough to keep that issue till 6 a.m. And we could potentially still bring in another 2 to 3 inches scattered throughout the Las Vegas Valley. And it's an even playing field now. We've got plenty of cold air spread out across the entire valley as we go into the overnight hours. We're going down to about 30 for an overnight low tonight. So it's cold enough for everybody to get snow. Here's what happened with this storm. The center of it's still coming on shore right now, and we just happen to be in the best location today. You can see the explosion of clouds over southern Nevada today, and that was a big impulse of energy that came in, and that's why we had such an impressive push of energy and rain and snow. Here's how this changes tomorrow. Center of the storm pushes further onshore, so that impressive push of energy that did come into southern Nevada today, that's going off to the east, and we're just left with the center of the storm. It's cold in the center of the storm, but the center of the storm can only produce the on-again, off-again, light hit-and-miss showers, and that's what I have in the forecast for tomorrow. Don't be too surprised if we still have some light scattered snow showers around here tomorrow morning on that drive to work. Keep that in mind. Start planning for it now. I don't want you to let your guard down, but it's not going to be as bad as it was today at 5 o'clock. That's done with.
Still a little worried about driving home.
Yeah, for that third shift.
Yeah.
It's take it easy on the drive home. It's going to be icy out there. Just leave a lot of room in between you and any other cars around you, because we're not used to driving on this stuff, so just be safe.
All right. Thank you, Darren.
Thank you. And we still have a lot of important information to tell you about Winter Storm 08. Our live team coverage continues next.
And don't let the snow keep you from getting your holiday cards in the mail on time. Coming up, we have some mailing deadlines that you don't want to miss.
Driving in the snow. Well, some of us have been doing it for years. Some are learning on the roads tonight. How bad was it for you? Tell us. Click on the rant at fox5vegas.com. Emails and voicemails coming up at 10:45.
Tomorrow on More, bedtime story star Carrie Russell, a peek at Gerard Butler's new movie, and gifts for under $6. Tomorrow morning at 9, only on Fox 5.
Steve Wynn is putting the finishing touches on his newest luxury resort. The $2.3 billion Encore opens to the public Monday. Wynn sat down with me earlier this afternoon to talk about opening the resort as the Strip struggles through a deep recession. But you wouldn't know it at Encore. The place is teeming with activity. Many of the 3,500 workers are doing walkthroughs, and Wynn says this is his design team's best work yet.
I say quickly that people should discount whatever an owner says about his own place. It's called developer speak. And it should be discounted. But in 3 or 4 days, everybody's going to get a chance to make up their own mind. And I think that everybody is going to find this place to be just lovely. And I mean that word, lovely.
Wynn says his focus now is on navigating his company through the recession, and he made an unusual promise to his employees, one you probably won't hear from too many CEOs. We'll have much more in our sit-down interview with Steve Wynn tomorrow night on Fox 5 News at 10.
The Postal Service says today was supposed to be the busiest delivery day of the year. The final numbers haven't been tallied yet, but if previous years are any indication, most people try to get their holiday gifts and greetings mailed about a week before Christmas Eve. Some even try to get a couple days head start.
Over the entire period, we're expecting 19 billion packages and greeting cards to be delivered to customers throughout the United States.
If you want your packages to arrive by Christmas, get them in the mail by this Saturday. All right, take a good look out your window right now. It's a sight that the valley hasn't seen for quite a long time, several inches of snow.
And we are continuing to follow it from all angles.
Good evening, I'm Stefanie J. We're here live from McCarran Airport. The weather has forced nearly all departing flights to be canceled. We'll have the details coming up for you in a live report.
I can't believe it. It's snowing again in Summerlin. When will it stop? I'm Bob Deninnis. I'll have all the details coming up.
I'll do my best to answer that question for you, Bob, coming up in the forecast. We got a ways to go here. This storm is not done with us yet. I'm going to let you know what it has in store next. That's coming up.
It is the biggest winter storm in probably the last 30 years.
This was the scene earlier today near Black Mountain in Henderson. These pictures were sent to us by Ron Douglas. You can see the area just covered in snow. We continue our team coverage of Winter Storm 08 with Darren, who has the very latest information on the system. Darren?
Very latest information. It's still coming down. Live shot for you from Green Valley, where it is right now snow kind of mixing in with rain at this point, but expect whatever comes down over the course of the rest of tonight, which is really just going to be hit and miss showers from now on out. It'll be light on again, off again showers for the course of this evening, but it will be coming down as snow. Let me show you why. Here's the forecast for tonight's overnight low. We're sitting at 33 now. We're going to go down to 31. It's not a major drop in temperature, but it does keep us at that all-important threshold of freezing. So that means we add to the snowfall totals, which, by the way, we've already got 8 inches in some parts of town, particularly Henderson and up in the hills of Henderson. We're going to get some more of that tonight, and tomorrow we've got more coming on the way as well. Here's a look at the Fox 5 Weather 24/7 Doppler. It's light stuff in town now, but it's not the stuff that's here now that's the concern. It's the stuff that's still coming in from California, and there's a lot out there. This is what we'll focus on in the forecast coming up in a few minutes. We'll talk about how this impacts our day tomorrow. Then we'll take a look further out into the Fox 5 Weather 24/7 day forecast and see how much longer we're going to stay like this. Guys, I'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, Darren, thank you. And the snow is creating problems at McCarran Airport. Flights leaving the airport are now at a halt, forcing passengers to find a place to stay for the night. Fox 5's Stefanie J continues our Winter Storm 08 coverage. Stefanie.
John, it has definitely been a hectic night here at McCarran. Almost every departing flight has been canceled because of poor visibility. Hundreds of people are stranded searching for hotel rooms. Many still looking for their luggage, even though it's been hours since they came in. People sleeping on the floor. Staff says they're staying late to help keep a lot of those food venues and those gift shops open. Very few flights going out and just one or two scheduled to come in tonight. It is up to the pilot's discretion, though, if they do want to fly in this weather. Many travelers we talked to say they can't leave town until Friday. They say they're miserable being just plain stranded.
Well, their bags are still down there because they're sleeping on the floor up here where it's warmer.
Because a lot of people can't afford, or they're unable to get, a hotel at the last minute.
Now, runways and taxiways are still open, but McCarran officials tell us that we have gone beyond those minimum standards for visibility. Many people agree tonight it is just not safe to fly. Now, if you do have plans to come to McCarran within the next couple of hours or even tomorrow morning, make sure you contact your airlines directly. They're going to be the ones with the most up-to-date information. Call that number directly because you're going to get a lot more up-to-date information than you could here at McCarran, because they said, you know what, these boards are changing every couple of minutes, so make sure to check ahead of time so you're not stranded here like many of these folks. You don't want to be here tonight. Reporting live at McCarran, Stefanie J, Fox 5 News at 10, local, Las Vegas.
It's going to take a while to get those passengers who are supposed to fly out today to get them out tomorrow, so even after the weather clears, it still could be a bottleneck at McCarran. Stefanie, thank you. You can check the status of your flight by visiting the link section of our website, fox5vegas.com.
From Summerlin to Henderson, Pahrump to Boulder City, no one escaped this winter blast from Mother Nature. Fox 5's Bob Deninnis is live in Summerlin to show us how things look there. Bob?
Shelley, here we go again, more snow, and it's evaporating on the ground. Because of that, you really want to be careful if you go out on the road. Now let's take a look over here. Let's pan down to the ground. So you can see not much is left out here, but all this combined is really where the story lies today in Summerlin. Right now I'm at Oxford Park. Teens came out earlier today to play, snowball fight, sledding. Here's a little baby girl getting a taste of these wintry conditions. Now, some chose not to wear much, which was a big mistake. The snowfall was heavy at times and has caused some havoc over the past few days.
Well, I got 2 trees ruined in the backyard from snow on Monday. My son had to shovel the driveway because we had 4 inches of snow in it.
No, that's not that bad. That's all about what we got today here at Oxford Park, and some spots got a little more snow out here. Now, you want to really watch out again on the roads as the temperatures drop, but again, as we look around out here in Summerlin, the snow is falling, and if you step outside, you'll see all these flurries coming down. It's actually a nice sight. I'm Bob Deninnis for Fox 5 News at 10, local, Las Vegas.
A nice sight, but you must be freezing out there, Bob.
I am cold out here.
Well, we appreciate your hard work. Thank you so much.
He calls it cold, I call it refreshing.
Yeah.
Well, on Monday, Henderson received rain instead of snow, and today, of course, it was an entirely different story. Parts of the city got hit with about 2 to 4 inches of snow. The slippery roads have made driving dangerous under these conditions, but kids don't seem to mind all that white stuff.
Well, it's something you don't see very often in Vegas, and I've been here 44 years, and I haven't seen it this thick and this heavy in all the time I've been here, so I thought I'd bring the kids out here to see it.
Well, tonight's temperature will be in the low 30s, which is below freezing. Tomorrow's forecast calls for scattered snow showers in the morning, mixed with rain by afternoon.
Snow-covered roadways causing problems for drivers tonight, and many roads still closed. Karen Fidel with Metro Traffic has the newest information for us. Karen, what can you tell us about the road closures right now?
I can tell you plenty about the road closures. This shot right here is 215 I-15 interchange, looking pretty good. However, it's still slushy out there, so be cautious and careful. And you want to talk road closures? We got them. I-15 in both directions closed between Prim and Baker. Nobody's getting to California tonight. Kyle Canyon is closed. 95 closed just north of Searchlight. 95 in both directions only open at the railroad pass for Boulder City residents. Blue Diamond at Mountain Springs Pass is open, but chains or snow tires are required. Talking accidents, freeway accident. Summerlin Parkway at Rampart has an accident. 215's got double trouble eastbound at Las Vegas Boulevard, still working an earlier injury crash, and 215 eastbound at Airport Connector, still clearing accident there. US 95 southbound at I-15 has a new crash. On the surface streets, there's one at Cheyenne and 95. Cameron and Tropicana has a fender bender. There's an injury crash still clearing eastern at Caron Avenue, and DI in Jones Boulevard is still clearing an earlier crash there with Metro on scene. I'm Karen Fidel with your Fox 5 Traffic Solutions.
In other local news, students at Coronado High School got a reminder to buckle up. Henderson Police and Safe Kids stopped cars at the school's entrance. Students wearing their seatbelts got a buck for a buckle, and those who were not wearing a seatbelt got a friendly reminder and information about seatbelt safety.
They're pretty excited. They were like, oh, this is kind of cool. They get $1, they had their seatbelt on, they felt good for doing something right.
And we're going to keep saying, buckle up, buckle up, buckle up, until everybody listens.
Well, this reminder comes after 15-year-old Olivia Heighton was killed almost a month ago when the truck she was riding in flipped into a wall during an apparent street race. Heighton was the only passenger not wearing a seatbelt.
Some Valley families got their holiday shopping done a little early today thanks to the Salvation Army. The organization handed out toys to kids at the Silver Nugget. Volunteers started collecting these toys back in August by going around to area businesses for the Angel Tree program. Now, if you didn't make it today, don't worry. It goes again tomorrow from 8 a.m. until 4. Jolly old St. Nick started off the holiday season in a not-so-merry way. He got a $115 ticket. Santa was handing out presents to kids in Brooklyn. He was using a horse-drawn carriage for the delivery, not his reindeer. But that's when the agent ticketed him for double parking. Santa says, okay. He's going to put his work before anything else, though.
I'm doing it again tonight up here at the tree lighting in McKinley Park. So they're not going to stop me from playing Santa, you know, so nothing's going to stop me from that. So I love doing it.
And Santa says he does plan to fight that ticket. When Mother Nature wants her way, she gets it, and that can stop drivers in their tracks. Coming up, we'll talk live to NHP Trooper Kevin Honey about the latest road closures and detours as the snow just keeps coming.
You know, Shelley and I were checking rants just a few moments ago. We were amazed at how many we got. Elizabeth wrote, people always ask for snow, and then when we get it, we're completely unprepared for it. Sean McAllister tells us, I didn't move to Vegas for snow. But yet here it is. We got the rant for you coming up.
Keeping an eye on the radar tonight, and there are still light showers out there all over the valley. But the key word here is they're light showers. When we come back, we'll take a look at the forecast and see if they're going to stay light or if they're going to pick up again. That's coming up when we come back.
Darren Peck is certified by the American Meteorological Society.
Tomorrow on More, bedtime story star Carrie Russell, a peek at Gerard Butler's new movie, and gifts for under $6 tomorrow morning at 9, only on Fox 5.
In a city filled with options, you've made one choice very clear. Fox 5 News is #1 for morning news in Las Vegas. From 5 a.m. to 9 a.m., thousands across the valley are turning to Fox 5. Thank you, Las Vegas, for making Fox 5 News #1. Fox 5 News is local Las Vegas. Happy holidays from everyone here at Fox 5. Now, Fox 5 weather 24/7 with Chief Meteorologist Darren Peck.
The kind of day where we all have our own kind of private experience with the snow. It's our own independent experience with the snowfall in Las Vegas. That's for those of us who live here. For everyone else in the country, this is what they're seeing today. And I'm sure this made news across the entire country, and people were probably amazed. Those who don't know better, that this happens here. And this does happen here. Whether or not it's been measurable or whether or not it's happened in every neighborhood, it has snowed at least one day here every year of the last 7 that I've been in town. Let me show you what the numbers look like today. 8 inches for Henderson. And it was Henderson today that got the most, even though that snow video on the Strip was impressive. The numbers for the Strip, which come in at about 2 inches, pale in comparison to what happened out here around College in the 95 and up in Anthem with 8 inches of snow. This was the part of town that got hit the hardest, but of course everybody did get snow today, and it just kind of works out to an even spread of 2 inches. Some places got more, some places got a little less, but you can kind of spread it out to be about 2 inches. The record for Las Vegas, the most snow we've ever recorded in a 24-hour period, it happened in 1974. And that number is 9 inches. That was recorded out at McCarran Airport. Now, since then, we've changed the place where we officially recorded, and unfortunately, there can only be one official recording station. So even with that huge storm in 2006 that you might remember, we only got a trace out at the National Weather Service where the official recording was taken, so that's what goes in the books. Here's what's going in the books so far for today. Out at the National Weather Service office, which sits down pretty much right around where the 215 and Blue Diamond Highway intersect. 3 inches unofficially so far. They're still working on this, and they're going to put out the official number once the day's over, and we'll have that tomorrow. But at last check, it was 3 inches. May get a little more before midnight. Here's the latest look at the Fox 5 Weather 24/7 Doppler. We're not covered like we were for most of the afternoon. Now it's hit or miss showers on this side of the valley or that side of the valley, and this is the way it's going to stay with us for the remainder of tonight and for the remainder of tomorrow, too. The pattern for this storm has changed. So we've kind of left behind phase 1, which was that nonstop 4 or 5 hour period where it seemed like the snow would never stop and didn't stop for 4 or 5 hours. Now you can see what's going on the radar. There are a lot of openings out here, and the showers, while they're still there and they're still heading our way, they're a lot more scattered. They're spread out and they're a lot lighter. So we've got more coming, but not as much as we've had. But because we're still not done with this, the National Weather Service still has us under a winter storm warning here in the Las Vegas Valley. It stays in effect until 6 a.m., and it is possible and pretty likely, especially with the cold temperatures coming in tonight, that we'll pick up anywhere from 2 to 3 inches, in addition to what we've already gotten so far today. So there will be more snow out there on the roadways tomorrow morning as we're getting ready to get up and head in for our drive to work tomorrow. So just keep that in mind as you're making your plans tomorrow morning. Here's a look at this storm on the big picture. We were under the gun this afternoon. We were actually in the best location possible to pick up snow because we were on that section of the storm out in front where all of the energy got thrown up, and basically the showers just kind of exploded right over southern Nevada. We got hit the hardest out of this storm pretty much for this entire section of the desert Southwest. Tomorrow, the storm moves further off to the east, and that means we're going to be in a different section of it. So now all the excitement gets pushed off into Utah and northern Arizona, and we're going to be left with the actual center of the storm, which means we've still got a lot of cold air to deal with, but we're only going to have very spotty hit and miss, much lighter showers, but we still have showers. Tomorrow, we will get some more light scattered snow showers throughout the valley, and it will probably also linger in with some rain. And because we're not done with this, here's the best and the funnest news out of all this. There's no school tomorrow. It's been canceled here in Las Vegas. Kids, go to sleep. It's late. Let's get into the rant.
Does that snow day apply to work? Are we off tomorrow?
You here?
You expect me here?
Yes.
Okay, we'll be here. Someone named Shabazz said, stop complaining about the snow and enjoy the beauty. And Deninnis said he was going over 160 right before they closed that road, and some idiot tailgated him the whole way up in a blinding snowstorm, finally got around him and gave him the bird. What are you going to do? Anyways, that's what a lot of our rants are about the driving here in the snow. A lot of people just simply don't know or forgot how to. So let's begin now with Mark. Give me a break. Vegas and Henderson residents, we barely see rain. What makes you think we would be able to handle the snow? Just slow down while driving and don't be stupid. From Laura, please, it does not snow often in Las Vegas. If you do not have experience driving in this type of weather, stay home. Do not endanger yourself, your children, or anyone else by driving in conditions you're not accustomed to. Here are the voicemails.
You idiots who are out here driving in the snow, speeding off the corners, with your big fancy trucks and everything, not thinking about the concern or safety of other drivers, just showing off. What's wrong with you?
If they can't make a decision until 4 o'clock in the a.m., that's pretty stupid, because parents would like to be able to make a decision tonight so they can make arrangements for their kids. How stupid can the school district be?
This global warming, Snow in Las Vegas for the last couple of days, 50 degrees below zero in North Dakota. Can you explain that one?
I realized that not a lot of people grew up in the snow like I did, but for people just to pull out in front of people, I mean, it's slippery and slidey out there. It's just ridiculous. Slow down, people. You're not in a hurry to get anywhere.
Well, you know, yesterday someone wrote in and said, you know, we can get a lot more money for our schools if we simply split up the Clark County School District. Got a few replies to that. Joe says, you know what? Splitting up the school district is not going to help us get better funding. The only thing that will help is if Clark County and Pahrump split off from the rest of Nevada and become their own state. The Vegas Valley makes up most of the population and gets the least amount of education funding. Remy writes this: having our city divided up was the major cause of most of our policing, sewage, and fire department inadequacies during the 1970s. Anyone who lived in Las Vegas during that time understands this. If the school district wasn't organized the way it is now, there would be no public education in southern Nevada because the individual towns couldn't afford it. Remember last night we ran some rants saying they were a little bit peeved about that Iraqi journalist who threw two shoes at President Bush. This next caller has a different take on that.
Too bad the photographer that threw the shoes didn't have a little better aim.
They are now starting to increase credit card rates and ghost rates, which they don't have to tell you about, can go up to 30%. So just watch your credit cards. Merry Christmas.
All right, if you didn't see your rants here tonight, Nikki and Shannon are posting them on our website, and we'll be sure to read much more of your snow rants tomorrow. But finally, from Diane, gotta love the snow. Happy holidays to you all. It's the Rant, fox5vegas.com. Send us your emails, and you can call us too at 436-8285.
We are still working hard to bring you even more news tonight on Fox 5 News at 11. Here's a look at what's coming up. Darren is busy right now running around, checking the radar, gathering the latest information on this winter storm, what you might wake up to tomorrow at 11. And it was going to take more than bad weather to prevent two lovebirds from tying the knot. Even though the lights went out, the wedding went on. Plus, California farmers are really sweating this cold weather, how they are scrambling to protect their crops at 11. Several valley roads, though, remain closed tonight. Snow and freezing temperatures could cause them to ice over. NHP and other transportation workers are working overtime tonight to keep commuters safe. Trooper Kevin Honey joins us now on the phone to update us on these road conditions. So, Kevin, what are the big closures we need to know about?
John, it's still pretty much the same stuff that we've been dealing with throughout the day. I-15, obviously, you guys have been doing a real good job of getting that out. It is going to remain closed southbound into California throughout the remainder of the night. It's my understanding that US 95, as you get down towards Searchlight and from Railroad Pass, that there's a possibility that may open up tonight, so you might want to check with NDOT. State Route 160 and 157 up to Mount Charles still remain open, but we would advise people to not go to those areas or to find alternate ways to Pahrump or wherever you're going.
Well, earlier tonight, you were saying that the drivers are doing a great job, driving slowly, being patient. What do you know about accidents?
The accidents in town, believe it or not, are much less than we had anticipated. The people have done a real good job of driving to those conditions. We probably had less crashes during the day than we do on a normal commute.
Any advice tomorrow? You know, a lot of people will be trying to get to work, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of slick spots. Any advice for the folks there?
Yeah, I will tell you, your morning commute is going to be tricky tomorrow. NDOT and county road crews are doing a very good job of keeping the roads as clean as they can, but with that cold temperature tonight, there is a chance that you will encounter frozen roads on your way to work or to wherever you're headed in the morning. Please leave early. Be patient, as a couple of your callers just slow down a little bit. Be considerate to everybody in front of you, behind you, all the vehicles around you. Leave early. Bring your patience with you, and hopefully tomorrow is as safe as it has been.
Very good advice. Trooper Honey, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Shelley, thank you.
Well, finals are over at UNLV, so the Runnin' Rebels can concentrate on basketball now.
And they did just that tonight. Kevin has highlights of a blowout win against Santa Clara next.
In tonight's Pump Patrol, the lowest price we found, $157.
Hey, do more with your dollar this season.
Kmart saves Christmas with the Razor E100 electric scooter, only $89.99, and quarter-carat total weight diamond earrings, only $49.99.
They're smart, and there's Kmart Smart.